Excited to introduce another integration. It is SMS Global, and we have a team from SMS Global to talk about how to nurture your HubSpot leads effectively with SMS.
Thank you, Natalie. Really exciting to be here presenting at DepositFix online summit with our marketing manager, Adam Marsh. Hi, everyone. My name's Alexopoulos, Chief Operating Officer here at SMS Global. I'll start by giving a little bit of background on myself and our business, SMS Global. I've been in the SMS marketing industry for over 15 years now. Throughout my career, I've been lucky enough to see SMS grow and evolve across the globe to meet the unique needs of different businesses. A little bit about SMS Global. We've been a major player in the SMS market across Australia and New Zealand since 2007. Over the past 15 years, we've expanded with our offices in the UAE, and more recently, we've launched an office in San Diego and also New York. We've partnered with some SMB businesses, enterprise, government organisations. We try and maximise their efficiencies through digital communication to improve engagement with either their customers or their staff. 2020, it was a challenging year for us all. The team at SMS Global focused in helping organisations in navigating through the pandemic by taking advantage of the power of digital communication. So let's talk about some of the opportunities, with the sales process in SMS. With so many challenges across our businesses, today I was hoping to focus on those challenges of customer acquisition and converting more leads. Having an optimal process in place is going to help capitalise on that. We all know how complex and long-winded a sales cycle can be. Throughout my career, I've also experienced those same challenges, whether it's garnering interest and responses from a prospect. Standing out from the competitors is also a challenge. Either spending too much time or your staff spending too much time on those admin duties, or connecting with a prospect or a lead at the right time. And finding effective, impactful ways to nurture leads. These are just some of the common roadblocks that we encounter. And more often than not, it can take up unnecessary resources and time. Today, we'll go through addressing some of these issues through SMS, and will help you achieve your business goals. So let's talk about removing those roadblocks. We'll be going through the benefits of SMS and how it can give you a competitive edge. Let's talk about the 4 must-dos around SMS or text messaging. We'll touch base on the attention economy and the power of SMS. Some of my personal tips, on how to send a persuasive SMS. How to set up a lead nurture workflow using SMS triggers throughout HubSpot.
Thank you. So let's talk about SMS Performance. So for sales and marketing communications, SMS stands out above all other platforms, delivering uncomparable results. With over 3 billion people across the globe using smartphones, text messaging has the great reach, engagement, and open rate of any medium, bar none. Some of the statistics include SMS achieving a 98% open rate in the first 30 seconds of receiving a message. Americans check their phone 96 times a day on average, and 64% of consumers think the business should use SMS more often when communicating with them. Despite these incredible statistics, businesses are still not taking full advantage of SMS, which gives you guys the competitive advantage. By adopting SMS within your strategy, you'll be giving your business a leg up on your competitors, reaching out to your prospects where your competitors aren't. With that said, there are a few tips and techniques that you need to keep top of mind to implement SMS within your business successfully. You have to treat it like any other professional communication channel, including strategizing, planning effectively, and executing with precision. So today we're going to go through step by step on how to strategize SMS for your sales team, overall business processes. So texting leads and prospects, as you imagine, is very different from texting your family or friends. To use SMS effectively, I think it's important to understand SMS as a format and what your text should look like when you send them to your contacts. So let's go through some of the rules and SMS etiquette you need to know. So number one, keep your information to one message. Number two, make sure every message has a clear purpose and second step. Number three, be wary of your SMS timing. And number four, adhere to your region's regulations and laws.
Keep that information to one message. The best thing about SMS is that it's short and concise. It's important to be punchy and leverage that. Send the important information and link it back to maybe a landing page or schedule a call that can give the recipient more details about your business. Keep your message simple and the layout of your message as clear as possible. That could include using short sentences or even bullet points.
So every single text you send has to have a purpose and it has to provide value. I like to think about text messages in two steps. A, what is the message saying? And B, what do you want the user to do with that information? So ask yourself, what actions do I want leads to take after reading our text message? Do you want them to schedule a demo or strategy call? Do you need them to reply to confirm their appointment time? Or are you linking them to a promotional landing page? And if you think about SMS in two steps like this, you'll make sure there's always a clear reason for your messages and ensure contacts know what the next logical step is from your message.
Be wary of your SMS timing. The cardinal rules and etiquette of sending SMS are pretty clear. It's all about timing. It's the businesses that break these rules that give SMS a poor reputation. Don't bombard your audience by sending many marketing messages. 1 or 2 messages per month will hit the sweet spot. Obviously, this could vary depending on whether it's interactive SMS or if the message is extremely urgent.
Adhering to your region's regulations. The anti-spam regulations and compliance restrict SMS very differently from country to country. We encourage all of our users to familiarize themselves with their local regulations to ensure that their messages aren't accidentally blocked for spam or other reasons. There are some general rules that do apply to most regions. Like all business messages must include the identity of the sender and information on how the recipient can opt out.
Now to my favorite, the attention economy and the power of SMS. When we talk about digital communication, I think it's really important to touch on the attention economy. We all work in a fast-paced environment where our attention to detail is sometimes short. We need information at our fingertips as quickly as possible. This makes engagement with our new customers even more challenging. That's why it's important to communicate with your potential and existing customers on through these channels that they use and trust most. SMS is one of the only phone apps that everyone has their notification activated on. With a high read rate of 98% of text messages in the first 30 seconds, text gain that attention of the recipient immediately. Think about it, texts are delivered right to the recipient's palm, removing the risk of your message being lost amongst multiple email accounts or callbacks that are potentially prioritized amongst more familiar phone numbers. SMS versus, say, phone calls or emails. I'd like to look at some of the statistics on how SMS compares to the more common communication channels used in sales, like phone calls or emails. As I mentioned, 98% of texts are read in the first 30 seconds. This compares to an open rate for emails as low as 22%. And according to Business Insider, around 88% of your business phone calls go unanswered. Text message response rate is also 7.5 times higher than email. At the end of the day, everything comes down to ROI. What are you going to get the best return for little time as possible? Considering that most leads aren't answering the phone or opening any of your emails at all, sending text gives you a greater chance of increasing your engagement and increasing conversions, leading to a far stronger ROI. The persuasive value of SMS. Texting gives you the ability to connect in real time, conversation and speak to recipients on an individual level. It's natural, human, and engaging. I truly don't think there's another communication channel that can quite replicate the level of familiarity and immediacy. I bet most, if not all of you, have got your phone right now in your fingertips. We leverage this dependency in our marketing communications. One-on-one conversations via text mimic the way we communicate in our private lives. It's simple and familiar. SMS makes it much easier to build trust and with a lead and versus communicating through email. A big part of sales communication is playing on our prospects' emotions and pain points. We want to trigger an emotion in the recipient and prompt them to be taking action.
Great. Moving on to nurture workflows and triggers. At SMS Global, we encourage our clients to integrate SMS within their processes and day-to-day operations. This provides an opportunity to reallocate resources more effectively to sales and marketing. A great way to do this is to have SMS messages triggered based on a client or prospect's action and behaviors within HubSpot. As with automated emails, text messages can also be sent within workflows. These can be triggered manually, scheduled at a specific time, based on conditions like HubSpot scoring, lead status, landing pages viewed, or forms submitted. You want to make SMS a natural extension of your sales processes. When done correctly, it can make your customers and your sales reps' lives easier. If your sales processes includes emails and phone calls, SMS can be added to those workflows really easily to enable 3 mediums of contact. So just to go over a few different types of trigger events you can use to send SMS in a workflow, these are interaction with emails, time spent on landing pages, form submissions, creating an account, overdue invoices, payment reminders, and abandoned shopping carts. And that's just the beginning. You're only limited by your imagination. Now, I'd like to spend the next few minutes going over some examples of SMS lead nurture HubSpot via 2 different methods. These methods are automated workflows and 2-way conversational SMS. So to start off, we have a new sign up workflow. In this workflow, we wanted to show you how you can turn a new sign up into an actual paying customer and the way to do it. So to build this workflow, first you select the enrollment trigger. And in this instance, the trigger is when a contact fills out the sign up form. Then we've created an if-then branch to trigger different things depending on if the contact is logged into their account or not. We've allowed for a 3-day buffer, as you can see clearly here. If the contact hasn't logged in within 3 days of sign up, we have triggered an automated SMS that will be sent to them. This message we've created is just a gentle reminder to the contact that they haven't used their account yet. We've also reminded the contact that they have a 2-week free trial to add a sense of urgency there. And we've included a contact number in case they need more help setting up. So for the next step in the workflow, we've put in a 7-day delay. So if the contact still hasn't logged on for 7 days after the first message, we'll automate another text. This message is a little more of a hard sell. Try and get them to contact using their account. To incentivize them further, we've provided them with a unique promo code for a discount on their subscription. And the key point here is the expiry date, which encourages the contact to activate the code in a timely manner. And the final step in this workflow, we have a 7-day delay from the last message to allow the contact some time to use their promo code. If they haven't used the code within 7 days, we've triggered a final SMS. The purpose of this message is to remind the contact about their promo code and the value of the offer. We've ended the text with the upcoming expiry date to prompt the contact into action, reminding them that the offer will disappear soon. Now for the next workflow, I wanted to show you how to build a workflow for a form submission. In this workflow, you'll see how
Gentlemen, I apologize. We only have 1 minute left. So we are at our time. I have one final question for you. Implementing those workflows like you described, is there a specific tangible example of increased ROI that you've seen for your clients?
That'd be a very good one. Andre, do you remember the dental clinic over in America? Want to bring up?
Certainly, I think that the best use case to come back to is perhaps when it comes to, say, an appointment reminder or a billing reminder, and just the reduce of no-shows and whatnot. That's the real power of SMS. Going back a few slides ago, where perhaps an email can get lost amongst many email accounts and whatnot, or phone calls go unanswered. Text messages can be more interactive and are viewed within the first 30 seconds.
Got it. Sounds good. Gentlemen, we have to jump off to another session. Any last parting words from you?
Yeah, look, I just wanted to thank you for allowing us to speak today. For all viewers that are on the summit and had to listen to us, we're going to offer them 200 free test credits. If they just go log on with a free account at HubSpot and enter the code of HubSpot 200, they'll get 200 free text messages.
There you go. And if you just dropped your link here, because they're gonna be very hard to type it. If you're gonna just drop it here in the chat, people will definitely appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Do that now. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.